say we want to control the playback rate or the playback speed of the video we have down here. Let's again use a local spot parameter just because it's easy for demonstration purposes, keeping in mind that this could be controlled from anything coming from the outside, any system property in blocks essentially. So let's duplicate this to make us a speed slider. So we duplicate it and change the title to speed, and then we want to connect that to a speed parameter. And there is none, so we will have to go in to edit and add one, call it speed, and the nominal playback rate is 1. That's normal playback speed. Anything smaller than 1 is slower than normal, and anything above 1 is higher. And this should be a number, and we can just put a comment here as well if we want to remind ourselves why we added this video playback rate. Okay, so we've added that one. And then it's important to click select here rather than done, because select will load the parameter name into the binding of this slider here. And the range of this, we wanted to go from a fairly slow video, it's like 0.2 normal rate, which is 1/5, up to maybe, let's say we want to go up to twice the normal rate. Going very high here may have a performance penalty, particularly if you play a very high resolution video, because you're asking your player to play much more frames per unit of time, so it may not be able to keep up. Now we want to make that control the video, and you remember we had a behavior connected to the video here, which was a play behavior, but that is not actually connected to the video. It's connected to the composition, and the way a composition works when it comes to telling it to play is that it tells anything inside of it to play, whether that is a video or a slideshow, or both a video and a slideshow, or anything like that. It sort of propagates down. But the playback speed doesn't work that way. So we have to attach that not to this composition, but to the video that is inside. So we see we're now inside the waves composition down here. And there we have the actual video clip. You can see this is the media file itself. So we will have to add the speed behavior here. So we add speed, and then we bind it to this local speed parameter that we just created. And now we should be able to control it over in the demo that we have here. You can see the speed slider sits up here, which corresponds to 1, somewhere between 0.2 down here and 2 up in this end. So if we make that video play now, then we should be able to drag the slider all the way down. So that's 1/5 the normal rate. You can see the video plays very slowly down here, and then we go all the way up, and that's the other end, the upper end of the slider. So we're now indeed controlling the speed of the video. There is another behavior that has a similar requirement, that you have to connect it to the particular media element that you want to control. I won't show it here because it works in the same way, but it's the volume behavior. So if this video had audio in it, you would be able to control the audio volume of that specific video. Previously, you have been able to control the overall volume of the spot as a whole, but in this way you can control the individual volume of any audio or video media block. And that's sort of the whole point with these behaviors, that you can dive in and you can attach a behavior